I think we are connected. Hi. Those of you just joined us, my name is Jen, and we are going to be having a conversation. We're going to have an interview session and find out how Jane Chuck's brain works. Okay, so we're going to find out about that. I think not just me. I think a lot of people would think that, Jane Chuck, you're such a mysterious person. Do you think you're a mysterious person?
Yeah, man. No lah. I don't know. Really?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
So
I'll tell you my first impression when I met you.
Okay, come.
Okay. So I think this was at either a Sunsilk event or some brand, okay? And I think I was hosting or something, and then I saw, you and your gang, honey. You come in and you dominate attention, you all just come in, but you don't come in like, yo, high energy, but you all come in just like, yeah, what's up? I'm here. Yeah, right? And then I'm standing at the corner and I'm like, whew. That's the thing. You just walk in, your group, you all just walk in, and suddenly I'm like, zzz.
Wow. Really?
You know what I mean? You're not even trying to be cool.
I think we just walk in and then straight away head to the, the dessert counter or something. We're always there.
But that's what I noticed. That's one thing about you. I've personally found very interesting because you are mysterious. I find you mysterious. But at the same time, I stalk all your YouTube videos, by the way, and I realized you're actually a very simple person.
Yeah.
You're so simple. You're so...
Yeah, I think I'm just I'm not not to say people person. It's just that it takes time for me to talk to someone. Yeah.
Yeah, and you said that you don't really open up. You don't really open up about your personal life, and this YouTube is kind of like your first time going in there?
Yeah, actually, yes. Actually, it's really hard for me because I rarely feel myself talking. So that's the hardest part.
But now, do you feel it's more natural? You've done either about 10 videos?
I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better, but still trying to be open up. Because I'm not the person that is so expressive. Even though I laugh or I'm happy or I'm sad, it's the same one. I rarely have emotion. Yeah, so... But
you feel it inside, you might not express it,
I feel it inside,
right?
it's not my inside is whoa, then my outside is just like that.
Do you know what? I was actually watching your Q&A, the one you spoke in Mandarin.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that made me found you more and more interesting because number one, when you speak in Mandarin, I think you've mentioned something about it feels closer to your audience.
Yeah.
I actually felt that,
really?
I saw you a different light. So that was really, really cool.
That's really nice.
So in that interview, if you guys don't know, you have to check out her YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about her, it's on her YouTube channel. It's about the questions, right? Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A. It's more Q&A. Actually, there's very last minute things. So I was like, oh, maybe I should film a Q&A. And then there's a lot of Q&A stuff that I haven't really answered the whole thing yet. So everything's half. So a lot of people ask me about
but you took
chucks and stuff. And then I think that I need a whole 1 hour video to talk about. I don't know. So
you can make it into a segment. You can make it segment, what it's about and stuff. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. No. I will just share with you my ideas, but I feel like you're doing it amazing and your team is doing an amazing job. So I want to those of you who never watched the video, you don't really know, I want to show you this right here. I've written a bunch of things that I found really interesting. Jane, you might be very uncomfortable if I'm talking about this. You can just turn away, okay? Okay, so...
The connection stuck.
Yeah, sorry. Let me get my gin first. Okay. Yeah. So from her YouTube video, I found out that she started blogging at 14 years old.
Yeah.
14, okay. I'm like, whoa, 14? I think I was blogging, but I was writing poems. All my breakups, I'll write.
Okay, your one is my one is useless posts. I don't even know why people read my blog back then. What's this?
But then after that, you started getting more traction at about 17, and then I'm reading here you learned to become a DJ.
Yeah.
You quit college. You opened up 2 cafes.
Yeah.
And now you have this incredible new project, which is Chucks. We're going to talk about it shortly.
Yeah.
And you're under 30 years old. You've done all of this.
I'm a
can you tell us but what keeps you going? That's the thing.
I don't know. I just I like doing stuff. It's just that I cannot just sit still and just not do anything. My head is like a lot of things running around, and then I have to do something, you know. So I like to execute like different stuff and try to see if it happens or not. But of course, I did a lot of research and stuff lah. But mainly it's because of my passion, I guess.
So your passion, do you feel like it changes?
Yes.
From, you know, year to year, or are you like excited about everything in general?
I think mainly aesthetically stuff. I don't know. Does it make sense? Means like
yeah. So you're drawn to how something looks and feels, correct?
Yeah. A lot. Like for music, for fashion, for I don't know, recently furnitures.
Furniture. Oh, I'm really into furniture as well.
I'm like, oh my God.
Home improvement.
Yeah, everything about that. I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't go into that. It's like, because, you know, furnitures are expensive.
So does that mean that you sometimes when you see something you like, there's this side of you that you want to venture into that?
Yeah, kind of. I see opportunities a lot. Like,
and no one taught you that. It was just kind of like inside of you, or is there someone that inspired you? How did it get this feeling? Because some of us, for example, I think you shared, you know, you went to this cafe and then you got inspired by it in UK or something, or US, and then you were like, oh, Malaysia don't have something like this. What if, you know, you already start thinking about that. Not everyone is like this. So my question is, are your peers like that? Are all your friends like that? Or is it just, it's just ingrained in you?
I think it's in me. I mean, like I get inspired from my friends as well, but mainly from traveling. All my inspiration, well, I travel to somewhere else because it's like it's a whole different spectrum and a whole different like market and stuff. Like people, the way people react and new things. When I see like overseas, I say like, oh, maybe I can do this back in KL. You know, that kind of I just want to bring something good, like, you know, in Malaysia and try to make it like different. Yeah.
So does that mean you have done a lot of research? Because as an entrepreneur, for me, I'm a very impulsive person. If I like something, I do it straight away, and sometimes I don't think. My question is, do you, like, you get all this inspiration as you travel, do you just impulsively, this is it, I'm going to do it? Or it's more of like, wait, hold on.
Half,
you know what I mean? You do
I would say half. Like, for my first project, which is the cafe, I opened like with my best friend back in 2000 something, I forgot, when I was 22 lah. So we both went to this place in Sydney. We went to this press trip for Lord, and then they brought us to this cafe, and it's so nice. And they're like, oh my God, I mean, like everyone has this little dream that we want to open a cafe, right?
Yeah.
And we are very heavily involved with like, not say involved, we love music so much. So we have this death chuck thing that we want to travel around and just like go to different places and listen to artists and stuff. But now cannot already lah, because, you know, maybe in the future. But so then we were like, oh, this cafe is so nice. It's like they have like, it's very spacious and then it's very raw. But I think back then like the whole raw thing is like the trend, I guess. And then Malaysia haven't picked up that kind of trend yet. And then we try to bring it back and then try to study it. And then before that, we actually went to learn how to make coffee, like really study about coffee. And then we met people, asked about like how's the cafe business and stuff. But like I say, when I was 22, I really want a cafe. When I say I want a cafe, I really want a cafe, you know. And then we save up, we put our money in there. And actually the thing that we did not know that is running a cafe business is so not easy. Like,
can you tell us some of the challenges?
Because I think back then we have two other partners, and me and Daphne. So we have about, actually it's three, and then they are brothers. And then it's just that there's a lot like not to say market reach is not ready. It's just that like operational and stuff like that, like there's no black and white. Now there's a lot of things like happening around us, and we are all friends, we are still friends. We came to the point that okay, we know that this is not happening anymore. Like, cause I was so busy, definitely so busy, and my other partner has like, we don't have anyone that is stationed in the cafe. So that's the main issue already. Yeah. So there's a
And
lot of
that
things
cafe open for how long?
I think a year, if I'm not wrong. It was booming like when we just opened, because like me and Daphne opened the cafe and it's like pretty, and we cannot take we couldn't take that stress after that, I guess.
Can you
we were
share with
unprepared.
us? I need to know.
Yeah, we were really unprepared, I guess. We thought we were prepared. Can you imagine like you have
Okay.
cafe with I don't know, 30 cups waiting for you, and then your barista is like not as fast. The counters, I'll be hands on, and then I know how to make coffee. But another way is we don't have a big space. It's really small, and then it's just suddenly like everything is going like crazy, and then we were like, okay, we need to like expand, and then we need to not to expand. We need to hire more people, and by that time, we did not know that we need to hire so many people and stuff like that. We thought we can do
So your
everything.
business
Because-
partners, like my question is, were they in the F&B the F&B field already?
They are actually in one of them. They are actually in hotel industry.
Okay.
Yeah, so of course, like I can't just say like, oh, he knows everything and stuff like, because everyone is just new, like everyone is just trying out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So but by the time I learned that money is very important to roll a cafe. There's a lot like cash flow involved that we did not know all these back then. Yeah.
So if someone were to dreams of starting a cafe,
Yeah.
would you say you do proper research first and like
Yeah. Like
go and interview, go for courses, go for whatever?
Because I think the market is like changing all the time. So back then it was like the cafe hopping situation, you know.
Trend.
So whenever one cafe just opened, it's gonna boom. But now everyone's taking it slow, so I think for market research now, I think you have to really know your coffee and really have a good menu to actually run it. Yeah. Location as well.
I wanna tap a little bit on trend.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself following trends when it comes to, you know, your projects that you're interested in venturing into? Do you follow trends, or do you how does it begin? Okay, so I'll give you an example. For me, when I make my videos, I don't follow trends. And even if there's a trend, I'll make a parody out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like the idea of following a trend blindly. So that is my point of view when I create my funny videos.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, you know, your projects, your business ventures, do you see a trend based on your travels, or do you get inspired by something and just do it and you don't follow the trend or how the mentality of the market?
Actually, like after all these like all these stuff that I encounter, I actually think that trend actually kind of help in marketing purposes, because people. But I love to be the trendsetter. That's my it's like, cause I think people it's like I'm not sure about locals, but I feel like this is what I feel, that it's really hard to convince someone by selling it, you know. It's easier when 10 of your friends are wearing the same thing. Then they feel, okay, I really want this t-shirt. This kind of thing it's very, I don't know, the mentality here is like that, or I'm not sure as well. But for me, I love I won't say I would follow trend, but I would incorporate trend into like my businesses.
Right. So right now, you are running a very up and coming successful business. But again, before we talk about that, I want to know a little bit more about how you dealt with that low point in your life, your first so-called failed business. Did it affect you mentally, and how did you bounce back from that?
I actually bounce back really quick. I'm the person like I don't really have that much of negative thoughts in general. I don't really get like negativity a lot, so I usually just learn from my past experience and stuff.
That's really cool because if it happened to me at the age of 22, I don't think I would have the maturity to be able to deal with it just like that and okay, learn from it, move on. You know what I mean? Because at the age, you think about perspective. Like I know age is just a number. But 22. I think maybe because during your blogging, you were blogging like very young, and then you started to have your own business. And I think you mentioned something about you being more and more independent, right?
Yeah.
Do you think being independent is one way that helped you to overcome a lot of all these mental blocks?
Yes. I think when you are capable to handle your own almost everything, you can overcome almost everything. Like even I don't really say in business, even in relationship and stuff like that, it's all I apply it to the same way. So I am quite an independent person. So
are your
I
parents
already have
like that?
backup plan.
Oh, okay, got it.
I mean, not to say about backup plan, but I would think of the worst case scenario before I learned over the progress, so I will think of the worst case scenario so I can overcome it when it happens. Of course, like sometimes you will never know what's the worst case scenario, but it kind of set the bar there already. Yeah.
So we have a question right here that said that a few questions that I've been wanting to know from an entrepreneur. Is being an entrepreneur a risky job?
It's risky. Look at the current situation.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I still pay my staff. That's a huge responsibility as an entrepreneur, as your own boss, So
do you feel being your own boss or being a leader, do you feel lonely or do you have a good support system?
I think maybe it's the people that I work with. We are all very understanding. And I always believe in teamwork. I don't call that like my staff or whatever. It's just that we are always in the same team. So I think,
how do you find people that you vibe with? Like during the interview process, for example, I don't think it's easy because I had a terrible experience. Like this girl literally asked John to walk her down to the lobby. I'm like,
I don't know.
Sorry. So I know we did it a bit, but how?
It's very hard. I haven't really did an interview because I'm the person that I'm not good at this. So I get someone to do it for me. Someone to QC for me, But for me, like I would say, like Mandy, I have been working with Mandy for like the longest time. It's like when the blogging days, she helped me shoot my blog header, that kind of era. And then she went to Melbourne and stuff like that. And then when she came back, I just I hired her that time I haven't really started Chucks. I have this in mind. And then I work with her for my personal stuff, like as an influencer. And then when I started Chucks, and I was like, okay, Chucks I can't do it alone. I have another partner in Korea that does all the production and stuff, but it's just that I can't handle this myself. So I was like asking her, like, because I already know Mandy as a person and we have the same mindset as well. Not to say exactly same, but we kind of know what kind of direction we want to go. And then I asked her, like, okay, do you want to do this? And I'm really glad she's on board. And now we are so far okay. And then actually we don't have a lot of staff only. We have like 2. Yeah.
2.
Yeah. Not a lot. Yeah.
So someone said Mandy's work. Mandy, what? Mandy, where your creativity comes from? She's not Mandy. I'm just kidding.
I'm not Mandy.
Mandy's work never disappoint.
Yes.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Like I think what I find fascinating is all your videos. I really like when you say that you don't follow trend. You like to be a trendsetter. I know this is not about business right now, but it's just about videos. I think that also speaks a lot about the way you start thinking about what business venture you want to go into. Yeah. I think one big question that I have is how do you get inspiration for your project, for example, this one, Chucks? How did you get inspiration? Was it like by everywhere or you sat down and is there someone that you follow that you inspire to become, or?
Actually, I follow a lot of like Instagram, like aesthetically pretty stuff. So I kind of know like I really know what I want. But of course, I get a lot of inspiration from all these creative, all these like brands, and even like music as well. You know, when you watch a music video, you get like inspiration from them. That's a lot of like ways to get inspiration for me lah. So, like I say, like Chucks is an outlet for me to unleash my inner creativity ideas, because I know you work with brands as well. And then, you know, like sometimes there's a lot of protocol, there's a lot of things that you can't do that you really want to do, you know? And I guess Chucks is part of like my little outlet for me to execute whatever I feel like doing. Yeah.
Do you feel doing Chucks, like before we get into the what Chucks is, but when you started that time, was it another risk, or this you knew for a fact this was something that it will fly?
When I just started, okay, I'll tell you why I started Chucks. So I love doing face masks. Like I go to Korea, I buy in bulk. Like this specific brand, you know. So I was sharing on Instagram and stuff. Then people was like tagging me, oh, I bought this also, bought this also, I bought the same thing. So I'm like, why am I like? I mean, I wasn't paid. I'm paying for all these, and then I already can see that there's an influence for me to not to say sell something, but there's I'm doing marketing for another brand. So I was thinking, well, since I love face mask so much and it's already implemented in my lifestyle, why not I start something myself? But of course, it's not easy because it's something that I never thought of doing. And then I was like, okay, if I really want to start this brand, how would I want it to execute? You know, there's a lot of ways that it could go wrong. Especially I have like a how to say people will expect something from me.
What do you mean? Like expectations from
the expectations from my followers and stuff. I'm the person that I cannot just sell you shit products.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot. Like I know it's not gonna work. And it jeopardized my reputation. Because for me, I believe in trust as well lah. You know, when your followers follow you, of course they know they genuinely love you. You know, so you cannot just like, okay, I want to do business from you guys, and just get you like really cheap mask and just say, okay, this one confirm can like just say lah, my skin damn good and then because of this mask. Impossible, right? When they use it and then it's like cheap products and it's not good, then it's not good for me also, even though I earn that money. So for me, creating a really good product is also my my number one priority for Chucks. Yeah, because I have a reputation there.
So right now, I want to know, this is your new venture. How many months has it been? And tell us a little bit more about Chucks, maybe in one line.
Okay, so I started to have this idea, I think 2 years ago. Yeah, it took about 1 year for me to actually launch this product. I didn't know 1 year. I didn't know 1 year went so fast. And yeah, I'm just really grateful that I met this Korean friend. She's Korean, but she grew up in Malaysia, kinda. And then she has been in the beauty industry for like the longest time. And when I told her about this, she was like, okay, she have ways and stuff, and she can help me on this. So I'm really glad we had a partnership for that. Yeah. And yeah, it took like quite some time because I have to like send samples from Korea and then go back and stuff like that. I only went to Korea a few times to check out the factory and stuff. And mainly she's been doing the sending stuff, but I can't travel that much. Yeah.
So this is your first time like going to a lab, going to see how products are made.
Yeah.
Tell us, hold that thought first. I really want to know about that. But before we go there, tell us about Chucks. It's about self-love. Tell us what Chucks is all about in one sentence.
Like example. I say, I always believe in give and take. You know, so when you think about Chucks, I feel like Chucks is like a friend. Yeah, so for me, Chucks is like I say, it's very personal to me because the reason why I come up with like self-love, you can't really see, let me just open this, all these messages, because I think this is part of the gift when I was just telling you about give and take. So even though it's just like a little small messages, I still want people to like kind of remind yourself this is self-love, you know. So my brand is emphasized a lot in self-empowerment. Not really empowerment only, but it's just like to always remind that okay, it's okay to be like this. It's a lot of emotions and stuff. Yeah. So when I have this concept, I think it's a really good message besides just a really good mask. Yeah.
So this one is more of like a reflection of you. It's like this brand is an extension of Game Chuck.
Yeah, it's like a little how to say, diary, I guess.
Oh my gosh, that concept is very, very cool.
Yeah.
So another cool thing is you said that you went to Korea, go and see the labs and stuff. Can you just share with us a little bit about the experience? Because I only see it like from Jeffrey's start, his blogging, you know, he's showing this. And I've always been really, really fascinated by how creators turn entrepreneurs and they actually go to the on ground from scratch to see how products are made, selecting the scents, the ingredients. Like share us a little bit about that.
So usually when I went to the lab, they show us like all the sheets and stuff, like what kind of texture, and then they have like on ground like selection of like texture and stuff. But for me, like I already know what I want, because I know I want it to be honey for my first product. And they come up with a few, like, of course on the spot they won't give you the samples right away. They gave you like mini samples from different brands, and we improvise from that. Yeah. So the lab is pretty, because I think I remember I went there, it was like a weekend. I don't know why. I went there on the weekend, and it was open. People. It was open, but it wasn't like filled with people lah. There are people still working, so you really have to like wear all the whatever, like people all the stuff lah. And then you go in and sanitize yourself and stuff like that. That's damn cool. Yeah. But my factory is not a super huge factory. It's a factory that only mainly does produce facial masks. Yeah. So when I started Chucks, because I feel like that's a risk also. So I did not like produce a lot. I just want to try it out and see like if people are accepting this from me. And then it sold out so fast, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do already. Yeah. So yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, like you say, how this brand keep me going, I think it's just when you see your little baby executed like this, you'll be like, oh my god, this is the thing that I want to work for. You know, that's the passion in you, like unleash. Yeah.
Did you feel this for like your first cafe, second cafe? Did you feel this feeling, or is this something different?
It's very different. I guess it's really different because for cafe wise, I only love to eat.
Okay.
I do not know how to cook. Learning. And cafe is mainly like it's more, how to say, it's a feeling for me. Like, I like this space. I like this music. I like the whole vibe going on.
Okay, like a chill out spot.
Yeah, like a chill out spot. I just want a place for me to chill out. But yeah, in the end, numbers are still important. Yeah.
And then this Chucks mask. So it's mainly focusing on masks, because I saw a video you were doing some merch, t-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is Chucks as the brand, are you going to hit towards more skincare? Are you going into beauty? what's like the future? Like, okay, you don't have to say
Yep.
what's next. You
Yep,
can keep that as a secret. But more of like, where do you envision Chucks to become?
Okay, so when
You know what I mean? Like, are you going to become the next Estee Lauder? You know what I'm saying?
I wish. No, lah. So basically, no, lah, actually Chucks, when I just started Chucks, I was like thinking, okay, what can I do with this brand? There's a lot, like I'll ask people to ask me questions. What are you going to do with this? You know? So I think mainly when you start a business, it's good to have people to ask you questions. And it's good to ask as well. Yeah. And so Chucks, the reason why I started Chucks, I didn't want it to just become a beauty brand. I love fashion also. I love other stuff. So I kind of think that Chucks is a great outlet to expand in different ways lah. Not just only beauty products. Yeah. But slowly, not like in one shot, you know. Yeah. It's
I think what is really cool is like the t-shirt. It's sold out and you'll never make the same thing again.
Yeah.
I really like that because it shows some kind of exclusivity, number one. And number two is when they own that piece, it's actually a very unique piece.
Yeah.
So that's why you know some items are limited edition and that's why people flock towards it, right? And I think you made that your thing. I think I saw on your IG story, you also have like a yoga mat or something.
Yeah.
This one is own self Shock Sendiri one.
Yeah, I own self Shock Sendiri one, but you never know. You know.
I mean, I think there's a market there, especially right now. The NCO is going to expand even more. More and more people want yoga mats, you know.
Yeah.
I recently just got this yoga mat that's like super beautiful.
Yeah, I saw it's very nice.
It's so nice, and I feel, you never know. Maybe Chucks really can turn into something. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think what's really cool, you mentioned the difference between Chucks as well as the other like cafes that you ventured into.
Yeah.
The different feeling is that this feels like an extension of you.
Yeah.
Do you think all entrepreneurs should do projects that is so close to them? Is it a risk right there? Because if it flops, because it's an extension, it might just hurt and kill you inside, you know what I mean?
So I think
my question is, are you worried?
Emotionally ready for this, you know? Like because I do a lot of market research based on myself. So what
do you mean by that?
Because I'm pretty sure like the reason why people follow me, they kind of know already like what aesthetic I'm going for. What do I like? When I like something, maybe people would like it also. So I kind of need to like understand, okay, what I have to love the things that I produce. The main thing. I have to really love it so much that marketing is going to be easy for me. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not really good at hard selling stuff. Yeah, if you want to ask me about how to sell this mask, right? The only thing I say is really good, but I don't know how to like, tell you the whole details, how great it is. But you just have to. So my main thing is like, okay, I just need people to try this because it's a really good product. Yeah.
So for you right now, let's just go into like the products that you have for Chucks. How many masks have you had apart from your t-shirt drops? But how many masks and which are your go-to? I'm sure all of them is your go-to, right?
Yeah, it's my go-to. I really cannot pick. Like to be honest, this is like real talk. So I have 3.
Yes, don't worry, honey. Okay.
So this one is like the honey one, the OG. And then
it's meant for the honey one is meant for hydration.
Yeah, it's more on moisturizing, so it heals almost everything because it's honey. And then these two is this is the Kill one, and this one is Peony. So this one's more for brightening and this purifying. So for these two, it came out last September. Yes, September. So I like I said, I don't really have a favorite. It depends on my mood. Yeah. So if
what your skin needs.
Yeah, and what your skin needs. You kind of know what your skin needs sometimes, I guess. Like my skin type is like when people ask about my skin type, it's very weird. Sometimes I get like dry patches. Sometimes it's just oil in the T-zone and stuff like that. So all these masks are suits all skin types. which is great. Yeah. So it's a lot of feeling. Like this one, there's a little bit like minty scent.
Cooling
and the minty feeling. Yeah, it's
sensation.
a cooling sensation. So when after a hot day or a long day, when you put this, right, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. When you take it off, it's like also amazing. Yeah. So this one is more for like pre-event stuff. Yeah. So your face is really glow after that. Yeah.
I want to talk about why did you choose honey to be so specific that you want your first mask to be honey related? I need to know why it had to be honey.
Yeah, because I remember I tried this brand, Vanilla Co. I'm very open. Like they have this honey cream that is amazing. So I was like, oh my god, this one is like amazing. And I searched up for honey like okay, what honey does and stuff like that. And I kind of remember I did a sponsored ad for Kleenex, and I made a honey mask.
Huh?
Long time ago. I went to my YouTube and I was like, what is this? I totally forget. So I made honey mask at home. So I make like honey and oat, and I put it on my face like a homemade mask thing. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't know I was like so connected with honey. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of read up honey. There's a lot of great things about honey, and then it will never go wrong to anyone because it heals almost everything. Yeah. So then I told my partner that okay, I want it to be honey. Can you like come up with something that is based in honey and make it even better? So when you see, I'm really generous with my masks. I told this everyone. So when you see the ingredient list, right, the first one came out is royal jelly extract. So we put
Right.
So if you know beauty products, they go by percentage. Yeah, so the usually there's a lot of face masks out there. The first one is gonna be like aqua or water.
Aqua. Yep.
Yeah. So we are very generous.
And royal jelly will be like at the end. You know what I mean?
Then
Like
they
some brands.
oh, this is royal jelly, and then in the end, the third one, then I'm like, wow, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We must be making a lot of money. So yeah, so we are very generous with the amount that we put, like even for the peony and the clear mask as well. So yeah.
So that is for the honey one. I want to talk about the peony one. That one is for brightening.
Yes, brightening. So myself, I love peony flowers. So that is how I got my inspiration from as well. I love peony.
This sounds very like
it's very
because I'm a big
personal.
fan of. Yeah, I like that. That's why I think I'm drawing some kind of connection. With Fresh. So I love Fresh a lot. I love their masks. I love their story. Their storytelling is next level. How when the owners, they share about certain products that they love based on just one ingredient that inspires them. I think that is such a beautiful story. And I think when you tell me that you love peony, and it's just like, hey, this brand is an extension of the things that you love.
Yep. So I'm like, okay. So I went to look up peony. I told my partner, I was like, can we do something with peony? Is peony gonna work? I'm like, and she said, oh, peony has a lot like good stuff and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, can we do something with it? And then we came up with this mask. It's very simple, but for me, it's very personal because I really love peony. Yeah.
So you have brightening, you have something moisturizing, and then the purifying. Purifying, can you tell us a bit more about what does purifying means?
Means like, like when you have like clogged pores and your pores is like thick and stuff. So it kind of attracts dirt into your skin. So it will never go off. So this one is like more like a cleansing-ish kind of mask. So yeah. So at first I was like thinking, okay, maybe I want like something that is, the bubble mask.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. But apparently, after talking to my partner, she said actually there's a lot of brands that does not do bubble mask anymore because it strips off your skin barrier. Yeah. So all
then the skin barrier is the
stuff,
one that protects your skin.
Yeah. So you wouldn't like, even though you want to cleanse your skin, but there's certain like particles that you need for your skin. So I have this really amazing trick, which is in the morning, means if the day before you put mask and stuff, the next morning you just use normal water to wash your face. You don't use cleanser because your face generates like oil at night when you sleep. So for me, I kind of like I don't want to strip off that oil, so I just use like normal water and then just add on like my toner and stuff like that. Yeah, it works.
Oh, you need to do a live stream with your gang, just talking about skincare. I'm sure a lot of people would love it. You don't even have to sell your product. You just talk about the knowledge that you've learned throughout the years.
Yeah.
Like I watched a video that you did blogging and you started, doing your own makeup and stuff because and then you just learn and you share your information. And I think, if you did live stream or even if you do videos to share about your skincare, your steps in a very chill, Jane Chuck, cool way, it will be crazy. Oh, okay, one final question I want to ask you before we go, okay? This whole MCO, apart from affecting a lot of other brands, I want to know, has it affected your brand and has it affected you personally?
Actually, it kind of affect because I have a warehouse that sends my mask. So I have to send the stocks all into the warehouse so it could sell. So at the moment, I couldn't send it because of MCO and it kind of bothers me. But thank God last week we got a slot and then we kind of like send some they also limit they have a stock limit for us because it's a non-essential product. So we can't really do much. Yeah. But overall,
so
then it sold out them like so fast. I was like, okay, people are still like compulsing buying stuff online.
Well, for you, did it affect you personally? Did you feel like how did you adapt? Like the first week, second week, third week, or are you more a homebody? Because there are different types of people, right?
Yeah,
there are people who are really enjoying the outdoors. Someone like me, I went crazy in the first week. But slowly, I believe that human beings can change and we adapt.
Yeah.
So for you, are you more homebound?
To be honest, when I have this whole when they announced about this whole lockdown situation, I was like, oh my God, because I'm the person that I don't like to be at home.
Oh my gosh.
Because I like to keep myself going. When I go out, before I get inspired and I like to keep myself thinking stuff. So if I'm at home, I'm not sure if I'm doing anything. But apparently it went well. I kind of like being home now.
What do you like about it?
I don't know. I
saw the cheesecake.
It's like I because of that, because I rarely have time to be at home. And I kind of find like different interests to do at home. Just like you, I've been working out almost every day. Even though I work out every day, even without this MCO, but I never know I can work out so much at home. I go to the gym, I go to spin classes, but now I can work out at home. And then I started baking. Yeah.
You didn't know you could do it, right?
I would never imagine myself baking. I was like, okay, maybe I should just try that. Apparently,
what did your husband say?
So I made a cheesecake, right? The first time. And then it was burnt. Then he's like, oh, okay, maybe.
But it's burnt cheesecake, ma.
But it's like damn burnt. It's like, actually, I think I put it too long already, like really chao da. It's like black. I'm like, oh, damn. Somehow it's like the brother's birthday. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
But I said, don't eat the top part and eat the middle part. It was okay. So that's right. Then after that, my husband was like, okay. Next day he was like, oh, maybe I should make one. He was like, oh, okay, maybe he can make better. Okay, lor. Then he got his recipe, then he baked. Then the thing is uncooked. So, okay. I'm like, I said my recipe is okay one. It's just that I overbake it. So I tried. Yeah, so I tried another time, and I found another recipe from Lisa Menta.
Okay.
Yeah, so she does like she make it so simple. So I'm like, okay, just try that one, and it worked. So I'm like, wow. Yeah, I actually enjoy baking. The process of baking, like putting stuff together.
That's cool. So that also keeps you like sane, like almost quite therapeutic, right? Because you're just focusing on what's in front of you.
Yeah, I like measuring stuff. I like to put the eggs there and then like the sugar there, and then it's like everything in front of me, so I just put it in. I like the prepping the prepping stage, the prepping stage. I don't know, maybe it's a Virgo thing.
The prepping. Oh, you're a Virgo.
Yeah. So it's very therapeutic to see like, oh, your eggs is there, your sugar you measure nicely, and then your milk is there, you measure nicely, and then it's like nothing can go wrong, but it still go wrong.
One final question. Based on what you just said, are you a little bit of a control freak? like things need to be perfect and where it needs to be. Do you think you are a slight bit of control freak?
A little bit lah.
Okay.
Not like, I think I'm growing into it. Hopefully I don't overboard. I'm going to it after staying at home, you know. Because you'll be seeing stuff, I'm like, okay, I cannot put this thing there. You know, like my room could be messy, but like, you know, when I cannot just deal with one spot. When I want to do my whole room, I have to do that. Okay, I need to sit down the whole day and just like, you know, reorganize everything. Yeah.
Then with your business, are you also like that?
Yeah, actually, like I start learning how to, you know, sometimes invoices and stuff is quite messy. And then like, okay, I start organizing my drive and like, okay, this one, January, what are the invoices and stuff like that. And to put it in one filing and stuff. Yeah.
So you can be quite particular about how the way things are laid out. What about like working with your partner? Like, do you feel sometimes you micromanage, or you're more like you empower other people to just do your thing? Or are you the kind where
I always believe in like people have different ways of working. As long you execute the thing in front of me, then I'm okay with it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really control. I control my own life. I won't control people's life. Yeah.
That's good. I need to learn that, because I personally am a control freak. I need things to be done specifically in certain ways.
Yeah.
Like the video, it needs to cut at this second. I don't care if it's 2 seconds later. It needs to be there, the kind of thing. So I am a control freak, but
I was like that as well.
Really?
Yeah. The reason why
How do you let go?
No, the reason why I did not start YouTube earlier, because I cannot deal with myself. I will sit there for hours just to edit video. I know that 2 seconds, right, is okay one, but like I cannot. So when Gash came in and told me about this, I'm like, okay, I really need to let go something. If not, I won't be doing anything. So because of that little controlling freak in me, I could lose other opportunities. Yeah. So I think just try to let go sometimes. Sometimes like it's okay to let go. Yeah.
So is that your advice for people who want to venture into entrepreneurship? They want to go in there. Do you think that they should learn your ways, to be fearless, to just get inspiration from people? Like, what would be your advice?
I think like the first thing always, my advice is to ask people to ask you questions.
What do you mean by that?
Like when you have a business, before you start on anything, like you already asked yourself enough questions, but there's a lot of questions out there that you haven't, like maybe you haven't thought of it. So maybe you just ask people to ask you questions. If you cannot answer that question, that is the thing that you have to work on.
That's really good advice. So means that you're asking, you want people to poke holes in your concept so that you could like, oh, I can fill this hole. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like Tai Chi away. Okay, that's good. So that's your first advice. Second advice, like I want to know how to be strong mentally when venturing into a business, because you've mentioned that you need to be mentally ready for the failure. How do you begin to because some people, it's all their life savings, you know, to put into a business. How can you be fearless?
It will still go back to the first question, like, okay, if you think you can really do this, when someone say, you cannot, like, you know, my friend blah 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 did this, okay, then that is a market research for you to do. Go and check out why that friend did not work on the plan. Are you guys sharing the same concept, or something to learn from that friend? You know, like always, like when you want to start a business, there will be people like, I cannot one lah, you cannot one lah, all this. Okay, when they say you cannot, why they say you cannot? Just ask them like, why you think I cannot? If they can tell you the fact that, okay, this thing you're not working on it, okay, then that is all the things that you have to work on before you start a business. Okay. Like all these small stuff, like, because I mean everyone has that ego, like, okay, I got this business, confirm with work what. But I say nothing is confirmed one. So you will never know, like, unless you go and, like the market research I was saying, like you learn from the failure. But of course, all these it could be also like personality or stuff like that. So you always have to keep your mind open to things. Let people ask you questions. Go and ask people questions.
And the final thing is, how do you even begin to trust people? Do you, because you're so close to your brand, how do you begin to find people
It's
to trust?
so hard. That's why I really hard to get a staff.
Mm.
You just have to like there's a risk there to trust people, like I say. Yeah, give a time frame. Give a time frame to check on the work ethics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so these are the top 3 tips from the entrepreneur, the blogger, turn DJ, turn cafe owner, turn another cafe owner, and then now turn beauty. It's not a beauty brand. I don't want to call it beauty brand because you're trying to do something else.
It's more like a lifestyle brand, I guess.
A lifestyle brand. Okay, got it. So this is Jane Chuck, her life story. I think that's really cool. I personally found you so interesting. Your upbringing, how you started up quite well to do, and then you went through something, and then you became independent, and you become who you are today. I think that is really, really cool. Thank you so much for this whole hour just sitting here talking to me and answering all my questions.
So fun.
You know, guys, this morning I literally messaged her. Yeah, you answered almost everything.
Okay.
I sent her all of this on Instagram, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's essay, but I really have a lot of questions to ask. But those of you who have more questions, please do message her personally. I'm sure she could put it a video because we're all waiting for a video about Chucks.
Yep. I'll get that. Yeah. Let me cut into a few parts so I can organize a bit.
I think that'll be really interesting because it's such a cool brand, and I don't see a lot of Malaysians doing that personally. Maybe I'm not very initiated, so I think your brand is really, really cool. You make me want to try out the royal jelly because you say you're very generous. I'm like, okay. I think we gotta check it out, okay? And with that, I want to say thank you so much again. I hope that you stay safe and stay hydrated. Although this is gin, I'm sorry.
Share me some gin. I only got water.
Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.